Okay, so this video is for 10.6G, angles on and inside the circle. So, let's start with number 1. Number 1 is just like what we talked about in class. If a tangent and a secant meet at a point on the circle, so that looks something like this. Here's your tangent, here's your secant, and they meet at point U, which is right on the circle. Then the angle that is formed is half the measure of the arc it intercepts. So we have an 80-degree angle here, and the arc it intercepts is this question mark. So our angle is going to be half of what the arc is. So since we know that the angle is 80, multiply 80 by 2, and we get that our question mark arc is 160 degrees. Now we can work that a little bit backwards as well. And in fact, in number 4, a couple other things need to happen. So we know that this arc right here is 220. So for us to find this angle measure, angle ABC, we need to know this piece of the arc. Well, the whole circle is 360, so 360 minus 220 is 140. And then we know that our angle is half that measure. So our angle is half of 140. And 140 divided by 2 is 70. So this angle measure right there is 70 degrees. Alright, and we can apply some algebra to that as well. Take a look at number 7. We know that this angle BCD, is 6x minus 8. And that angle is going to be half of what the arc is. Well, half of the arc, since the arc is 80, half of 80 is 40. So we can set our angle, 6x minus 8, equal to 40. 6x minus 8 equals 40. Add 8 to both sides. 6x equals 48. Divide both sides by 6. And x equals 8. Alright, flip to the back side. Couple other things going on here too. In these scenarios, we have two chords that intersect inside the circle. And what we talked about in class is that if two chords intersect, then the intersecting angles are going to be half of the sum of the two intercepted arcs. This is one of our arcs, 135 degrees. And this is our other arc, which is 67 degrees. So the angle that we're looking to find is going to be equal to those two arcs added together, 67 plus 135, and then divided by 2. 67 plus 135 is 202, and then 202 divided by 2 is 101. Let's look at one other type of problem. Same idea for 13, 14, 15, and 16, but we have to do a little bit more algebra. So we want to add our two arcs together. In this case, that'll be 21x plus 8 and 80. Add them together and divide that by 2. And that measure has to equal what our angle measure is, which in this case is 107. And then we can solve for x. So if we multiply both sides by 2, these cancel out. And that leaves us with 21x on the left, and 8 plus 80 is 88. And 107 times 2 is 214. Subtract 88 from both sides, and you get 126. Then divide both sides by 21. X equals 6.